What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction, where we talk all things comic books.
Batman!
We are talking about, but we're still talking about Batman because we are getting ready.
Still on the bats.
Ready
Deserves
to-
every moment of the respect.
Not this one.
Not after this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I can't even.
We're-
I was about to be like super offended.
You can't defend
And then
that.
I was like, I can't. And you want to know why? Because I looked down and Patty Hingle is back. Back at it
Patty
again.
Hingle, look at him.
Back in the saddle again.
And he did a great job. I mean, of all the people in this movie, I think he's
Patty Hingle.
Even
That's the one.
even Michael Gough as Alfred. I just felt like he was lacking in this one.
It's because he was
The news
dying.
reporter's back.
He was dying half the movie.
No, they didn't bring the news. That's the
That's
biggest.
the
There
biggest
it is.
disappointment
Bring the
there.
news reporters back. All right. Well,
Falling apart.
we are talking about. We're ramping up to our review of the Batman.
This isn't a ramp up. This is the bump in the road
It's
before
the
you
last
hit
one.
the success.
Literally after this one,
It only goes uphill.
Other than the old like 1940s Batman, we've done
1940s.
every single Batman live action movie,
Yeah, buddy.
and then we'll have the Batman coming out this Wednesday on March. What day is that? No, it's not the 9th.
9th.
Is it really?
7th. No.
7th?
8th. It's the 8th.
It's the 9th.
Is it the 8th?
It's the 8th. Nope, it's the 9th.
Today's the 5th. So it is the 9th. Yeah, it is the 9th. You're right.
Sorry, what date was that again? What date was that again?
I think it was the 9th
It's the 9th. You want to know how it's the 9th?
because it's about the Batman.
No, because we said it was going to come out on the 9th.
The last episode?
Mm-hmm.
That was like a week ago, man. I
Not
don't
listening to
remember that.
himself.
All right,
I don't know
well,
what you're talking about. Operations and
listen, if you guys,
calendars.
if you guys are new
We have
to
one of
this channel,
We do.
we did.
have a
Well, we
Google
did,
Calendar.
but we haven't.
We don't
updated
use it.
in
We
like
don't use it.
months. Well, if you're new here, like and subscribe, hit that bell so that you know when all the latest episodes come out. Go down into the description below this video to check out all of our other Batman episodes that we've done. We'll have the links down there.
There's several.
Pretty much they're all better than this. So.
Everyone is
We haven't
better
even done
than
this
us.
one, and it is better already.
Oh yeah, it better just the name itself is
Yeah.
like trash. But we also have links to other things like our Patreon if you want to become a supporter, a September, a member who supports.
Do you remember
Yeah.
when you were September?
Well,
September.
We wouldn't be anywhere without our Patreon supporters, so
Wouldn't
thank
be.
you so much for that. So if
Wouldn't
you want to
be.
be able to support and get extra content, exclusive content, and early
Yes.
content, go ahead and click that link. Then we've also got legionofcc.com down there where you can get sweet merch like this,
Merch.
sweet merch like that.
New
All those
stuff
things?
just dropped.
Again, just the Batman shirt. We're
New
going to
stuff
ignore
just
that.
dropped.
Yeah, new stuff dropped on the store. I've got some in the mail.
Yeah.
It just shipped.
Oh yeah, I need to buy stuff.
Yeah, it just shipped. So it's cool.
So
Go over
busy.
there and buy things. Click, 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 click,
Click,
click.
click, click. All the stuff is super cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do this really quickly because this is so bad. It's almost like I'm pulling a Band-Aid off.
We're gonna
We
rip
just wanna
this.
go quick. 'Cause it's
We're gonna
bad.
rip this Band-Aid. We are not gonna spend a lot of time on this.
No, this
one.
isn't ripping a Band-Aid. It's
What
pulling a
would you call it?
giant splinter out of your arm,
Yeah.
where it makes almost as much pain going in and coming out.
Yeah,
So
true,
ripping an
true.
arrow out the wrong way.
The wrong way.
We are essentially
This is true.
Boromir at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Breaking.
Spoiler: if you haven't seen it, he gets shot with a lot of arrows.
He's dead.
If you haven't watched that
If
movie,
you haven't watched Lord of the Rings and you
Get
didn't
off this
know
podcast.
that Boromir was shot with a bunch of arrows and is dead, you just ruined Fellowship for me.
I've never
Listen,
seen that.
It's Sean Bean, so you're
Sean
pretty
Bean,
safe.
yeah.
Say he
He's
dies in
gonna die
whatever movie
something.
he's in,
Yeah, it's all the movies.
except for National Treasure.
Too bad.
Actually,
No, he doesn't die.
No,
in
he's
not.
National Treasure.
Yeah,
and
he's-
it's
You
not
know
even
what?
like
goes
hinted
to
at.
jail.
At
No.
this
Ed
point,
Harris, though, in National Treasure 2 dies.
At this point, I think his character is probably dead just by passage of time.
Yeah.
True.
It's actually in his rider, in his contract. I
That
have
he
to
has
die.
to die.
Mhm.
He's better when he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great actor, but it's like I feel like the best parts of his parts are when he dies.
The best part of waking up is Sean
food.
Bean dying.
Let's talk about that Carnage report. All right. The Carnage report, guys. You guys know how it goes. We look at the budget of the movie, how much the movie made. We look at the cast and crew, and actually, we really rarely look at the crew, but We love
We
you guys.
don't ever look at the director.
Sometimes.
Well
We're
done,
talking
crew.
about the director.
We love all the crew.
You know, the lighting on this one was just horrendous.
Oh, so gross. And we also talk about if there's any source material that they ruined, which in this case they ruined all the source material. I'm not
They
going to name it 'cause it's
they
all
ruined
trash.
a bunch of stuff.
They ruined
Because-
everything
Batman
Source
and Robin should have
material
been
on this?
the
because
movie before it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Freeze.
I'm
So-
Dr.
Mr.
Freeze.
So
Mr. Freeze.
I can jump in on source material. I could let
I'll
me
let
handle
you, I'll
that.
let you,
Let me
okay,
handle
I'll
that.
let you
Go
do
ahead.
that. All right,
Go
all
ahead.
right. So budget was 125 million.
And
Which-
I think Batman Forever was around 100 million.
Which-
I knew this.
Ish.
I knew it, and every time you say it, it's funnier.
But get this. To put in perspective, this movie came out in,
There's no perspective.
1997?
was it 97 or 95? 97?
There's
95
no
was Batman
97.
Forever.
perspective on this.
No, listen to this. 97.
There's no perspective.
Here's this perspective. 125 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Batman cost 200 million. So it wasn't even that like,
yeah.
and it would. That's crazy.
And Batman
That's a lot of
25
money.
years
cost
later.
100 million.
25 years
Yeah.
later.
That's a lot of money back then.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's a massive amount of money back then. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
well,
laughing. That's
yeah.
a massive amount of money today.
You're especially laughing
That
because
is
you
a
know,
big budget movie today.
Well, a lot of that went to George Clooney. So.
you know how much
And Arnold
it
Schwarzenegger.
made. That's
And
why you're laughing.
Uma
Uma Thurman
I don't know. I mean, like,
and
yes,
Patty
they're big names now.
went to Patty.
Arnold at the time wasn't
Arnold was fine.
drawing the type of money that he drew.
Jingle All the
later.
Way?
yeah.
Excuse me?
Not the same. That's later. I'm pretty
Twins?
sure Jingle All the
No,
Way and Twins were
later
later.
than 97.
No,
think
they were
so.
right before that.
You sure?
I don't know.
Yes.
You sitting positive over there?
I'm
You can look
riding
it up if
Hundo
you
P,
want
bro.
to.
Hundo P.
I'm riding Hundo
Listen,
P.
you can look it up. But you're laughing mostly because you know how much it made.
Yeah.
So
While you're looking that up, I'll just do it. It
Right.
made $238 million worldwide. Mr. Worldwide. $238 million on a $125 million budget.
it only made 100. It only made
107 million
That's so
domestic.
bad.
It didn't even come close to making its money back. It made $40 million its opening weekend. This is the biggest joke of all time. When you think about box office flops,
Yep.
this can't help. You can't help but having the conversation as this is one of the largest flops of all time. It is horrendous. George Clooney went on to say that he almost killed Batman. Do you know how big of a statement
pretty
that
yeah.
is? The greatest villain
The Joker didn't do it.
to Batman is George Clooney.
Bane only broke his back. I mean, Bane's in this.
That is right. That's right, Bane. They took.
Yeah.
Bane's
You know,
wrong.
we gotta
Bane's so wrong. All right.
keep moving.
gotta do it.
Let's keep moving.
When
Well,
did the other stuff come
Jingle
out?
All the Way came out in 96. So
Okay,
he was coming
All
right off that.
All right,
Sitting Hundo P, bro.
Hundo P,
It
bruh.
doesn't matter.
Riding.
The
But
point
he wasn't.
is,
He wasn't commanding the money.
all
that
that money-
He wasn't
George Clooney
Predator
was.
or like.
No.
Clooney was.
Yeah.
George Clooney was definitely at that, and Uma Thurman.
No,
was.
no. I'm saying
said
Arnold
Arnold
wasn't
wasn't.
commanding the same
Oh,
type
yeah,
of
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
But he's
as
close.
George Clooney.
He's
Yeah.
close.
You think?
I think he got a lot.
George
we can look it
Clooney
up.
had probably
Yeah, why don't you
won.
look that stuff up?
George Clooney had probably won one of his sexiest men alive at this point.
One of many.
Not with the haircut. He
Copious
had in
amount
his
He
of
back.
just
sexiest
sits
man
back,
alive.
and you know, if they don't have anybody like in their back pocket, like that they know is going to win it, they just have
brings
like
out-
George Clooney.
Yeah, he brings out the bedroom eyes and he just gets a win. All right, here we go. So the reason why this movie cost so much was
This
the cast.
cast,
The
man,
cast is.
this is a joke.
I mean, it's an all-star cast, but for all the wrong parts. Like I
yeah.
don't think any of these people actually fit.
Nobody makes sense in the
So
role that
bad.
they're in.
So we get obviously, except for Patty Hingle, we get Patty Hingle coming back as Commissioner Gordon. Great. We get Michael Gough coming back as Pennyworth, but they bench him by making him sick the whole
Make him
time.
sick. Give him a
Way to
freaking
go.
disease.
We lose all of that.
An incurable disease, and then he can't
and then they
do
cure it.
anything.
Well, they cure it because Batman. And then actually, Batman didn't cure it.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
Arnold did.
So we get Alicia Silverstone coming in as Batgirl. She's the
I
new
would
addition.
never trust that cure. If it
Yeah,
came from
I
Arnold,
know, right?
no.
You took it in, but-
No, I'm sorry.
We get Chris O'Donnell as Robin. We get George Clooney now. Val Kilmer's out. George Clooney comes in as Batman.
Why?
I don't know. And then we get several villains here. We get Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. We get Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy. And we get, I thought this was cool. John Glover actually played the evil doctor. He's, if you guys are like Smallville fans, he's
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's dad.
Yep.
He's also the dad in Shazam, which is pretty cool in the new movie Shazam.
You've never been
pretty sweet.
more wrong in your life.
About what? What
How
did
much?
I mess up
How
on?
much in millions do you think George Clooney made?
Oh, I bet you Arnold made so much more money now.
Wow. Yeah, I guess.
No. Before I said
Okay,
it.
wait,
Okay, so here's
Both of you
here's
give
what
it.
I thought. I will give
How
you.
much
I will
George
give you my.
Clooney made?
If
How much George Clooney made, and then how much
I
you
would
think
have
Arnold
guessed. I would have guessed.
Yes.
Out the gate. This is 25 years ago. Commanding numbers right now are like $20 million for a big box off for the lead. I'm
Just
going to
how
say
much?
15.
That's how much you think George Clooney made originally?
I would say originally George Clooney made 9.
All right, and how much did you think Arnold Schwarzenegger
I would have
originally?
put like George. I would. What?
Originally.
How much do you think
said?
Arnold made?
Arnold made. I think Arnold probably would have made like 8, 9.
Okay.
At this point, I'm going to say Arnold made 25.
Arnold made $25 million.
Oh,
How much do you think George Clooney made?
Are you kidding
$1
me?
million.
He made-
$1 million.
No, then I'm going to tell you this right now.
$1 million.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Good.
That explains the movie.
You know what the greatest
That
part of it all was?
explains the movie.
That George Clooney
That
went on to
explains
say
the movie.
later on in an interview that
I am more
that
interested.
George Clooney and Arnold Schwarzenegger never saw each other on set. They were never in the same room. Doesn't this all make sense now?
What is?
So it was always the Batman stunt double
Harry.
when he was with Arnold in the scene?
Yeah, they never were together. Ever. They never saw each other on set. Ever.
Oh, man. Oh, it's
No,
great.
I need more of an
Oh,
explanation.
no, you don't.
Why did he make 25 million and why did George Clooney make 1?
Because Arnold Schwarzenegger made The Predator.
No, why? No, I'm
Because
totally
George Terminator.
lost.
Because George Clooney was trash.
No, but like, who's negotiating? Who?
I don't know.
George Clooney uses a Flowbee, so
Not with that hair. His hair looked terrible. I used to Flowbee once.
What?
you
What?
are a serial killer. No doubt about that.
What is a Flowbee?
You
A
know-
Flowbee
you
is
don't know
like
what a Flowbee is?
What is a
It's a
Flowbee?
vacuum.
George Clooney still uses a Flowbee to this day.
It looks kind of like a dustbuster. It's a vacuum that sucks your hair
Is that-
up
literally
is that what it's called? It's the I didn't know
into-
that's what it was called. I
It's
know
a-
what it is.
into like a
It's
cutter
a
hair
buzzer that's attached to a vacuum.
so that you can have longer hair.
I know now. I didn't know it was called a Flowbee, but now I know what
Well,
it is.
it's like a
It
regular.
just sucks all the hair so you don't have a mess.
No, I know, but like a buzzer. Like
Yeah.
a buzzer
The
doesn't
vacuum
normally.
attachment.
I know, but a buzzer, like a regular buzzer, doesn't have as long of attachment to keep. Like a Flowbee, you can keep your hair pretty long and cut it all at the same length. Whereas a buzzer, the attachment only goes so long. You know what I mean? Like you can't have like a.
No, I'm
this
pretty sure
long
it's just the vacuum part that makes it special.
No, but like I've used it before.
All right, we'll look this up later.
All right.
You and George Clooney are the only people I've ever heard using a Flowbee,
I've
so
only-
congratulations.
Greg.
Greg. I've only used it
Greg,
once.
stop talking. Stop talking. This is the weirdest. This is worse. What has happened in this podcast?
I
number
rocked your
one,
world, that's why.
I am gone. I am lost. I have no idea what is going on. Left
Yeah,
is
baby.
right, up is down. What is going on? I've got inverted controls on my life
I'm
right now.
crying.
I do not understand.
Look, I've
You
got-
run a bear claw
I
on your
have
controller
one-
for life.
I have one more cast that I can get to because we got sidetracked on the fact
do you
that
understand that
2 more.
20% of this film's budget went into Arnold Schwarzenegger's pocket?
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I enjoyed him more than George Clooney in this movie. All right, 2 more. Ellie McPherson plays Bruce Wayne's love interest in this, and she is actually, if you guys are Friends fans, she's the Australian roommate that Joey gets after Chandler gets married.
What? Where are these facts cut? Like, just
And then the last one,
Well, the
move
90s,
on.
bro.
the dude, it's the
The
90s.
90s.
The dude who played Bane, his name is a kind of car. Can you guess?
Ford,
Nope. That would be much better.
Aston Martin.
No. Both of those sound like names. This one
Compact?
doesn't sound like a
Compact.
name. He's most assuredly not compact. You'll appreciate
Chevy.
it, though, Harry. Nope, not
So,
Chevy.
Jeep?
Yeah, his name is Jeep.
What?
His name is listen.
What?
His name is
This is such a joke.
his name-
Legionnaires.
This movie.
No, wait,
Can we
this-
just quit
wait.
it here?
Wait,
This This explains everything.
His name is
This explains everything about this film.
his name is Jeep Swenson.
We can't get through any of that. I can't.
Hey, Logan, I'm gonna need you to. I need you to cool down.
Can you?
Okay.
Hey, chill.
Chill. Okay.
Just chill.
This is so disappointing.
Nice to meet you.
Everything about this.
Can you tell us the source material so we can finish this?
So we talked about this in the last podcast, but like the source material of early Batman movies is just the actual characters. There are not storylines that actually make
makes it
sense with
worse.
this, which
Way
makes
worse.
it worse.
'Cause
However,
it's completely the discretion of the director.
here is what I was saying.
Okay.
There is probably some sort of actual source material, but I'm not about to talk about the actual source material because I'm not going to give this the actual credit.
Well, at some
of
point,
any sort.
I'm sure Dr. Freeze tried to freeze Gotham.
Right, but
I mean,
here's my point.
that sounds
Here's my point.
Normal.
Sounds like a duck. Freeze thing.
The source material for
Mr.
this
Freeze.
film.
Sometimes we were saying Dr.
You
Freeze.
said it first. It's stuck in my head.
No, you said it
No,
first.
you said.
No. I'm Dr.
Mr.
Freeze.
So
Mr.
I can
Freeze.
You could have two.
He's up there.
just take me out.
Mr. Freeze. is
Just
up
take me
there.
out at this point.
Cold? You want to
Just,
take
I
it out
want
cold?
to go out cold. I want to go out cold. You can bring me in cold.
Put him on ice, boys.
Um,
All right,
the source
go ahead.
material on this is every campy Batman movie,
Yep.
film, comic strip of all
Ever.
time.
Yeah, good for Joel.
Ever.
But I don't think that was the intention.
I think that was Joel's intention.
I don't think so. I honestly don't. I
Joel
think he was
sucks.
trying
So
to
many
make a
zoom
real film.
on the butts and the nipples.
He took everything bad about Forever and then made a whole nother movie just about that.
But he thought those things were good.
But what
apparently.
I'm saying is, like, the
Do you-
campiness of this
Do you
was
think-
ridiculous.
Do you think that he?
They took every bit of campiness in a Batman history, in comics,
Do you think-
everything, and they made a film about
Do
it.
you think that they asked him to come back and he was like, "Crap, I didn't want to do a second one," and so he just was
Maybe.
like, "How can I sabotage?"
There has
got to
be a bigger story here. There has got to be a
or
bigger
maybe he was like-
explanation. Like,
Maybe
this,
he was like,
this
I
film.
can't make a good Batman movie, so I'm just going to make the worst one possible. 'Cause
Maybe.
at least I'll be remembered.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, we
I'll
will
remember
always talk about him
Yeah.
because of this film and
For sure.
how terrible it like you make a mediocre film, right? You'll just get
Yeah, you get
lost.
forgotten.
But you either bomb or you crush it, like somebody's
Yeah.
going to talk about you for the rest of your life. So that's,
us.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Are we through the?
Yeah, we're gonna go to.
we can just
So
move it.
let's just
move
wrap it
along.
up by. What is your favorite worst part? Like worst part?
Wait. We gotta get a title card in here.
No.
It's comic correction time, everybody.
There, so
right,
let
can you-
me
wait,
let me
let-
actually
wait.
no, I'm going to kick it
Ask
off.
the
I like
question
this.
again.
I like no, wait. Before he asks the question, I like this. Everyone at home, anyone who's seen this movie, this is garbage. This is the worst movie.
If this is your favorite
Of
Batman
all
movie, you're
time.
not a Batman fan.
No, you don't know anything about
Ooh,
Batman.
shots fired.
If that's the case,
If you
Accurate.
listen, I
Accurate
will tell you
shots
my
fired.
address and I'll physically fight you.
exactly in the street, and we
will
threatened,
Drop it in the
I've
comics.
threatened
I will fight you.
directors to fight them in the street before. You know this.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
been
you
willing
have.
to do that. So if
Zack
this is
Snyder
your
never
favorite
got back to
Batman
us.
film, you can come find me. You can catch these hands. I'm ready.
I will film
However,
all of it. I
want to be
no part of
clear.
the fighting.
I want to be clear. We're just gonna upfront this. We're gonna turn this around. You wanted to get a title card in here. Let's get a
Title card.
verdict title card in here.
Ba-bam.
This is a garbage
Okay,
film.
yeah,
this
here we
is
go.
a
Yeah,
correction.
you're right.
This is not
Let's
a
condense
perfection. This is it. It's
Let's
a
condense it.
correction. There's no
The verdict.
redeemable factor.
Let's
There's
condense it then,
nothing
yeah.
good about it. It never should have been
No.
made.
Nope.
Nothing can be corrected about it.
Right.
Yep.
There is nothing about this film that can be done that could
Start
be
over.
changed to make it better.
Start
we
over.
even talked about last time. Would Val Kilmer being Batman have made it better? Maybe it would have been a better Batman. Wouldn't have been a better film. Nothing can save this.
So-
nothing.
So I will say the only, like, somewhat not.
The name was wrong. Even.
No, well,
we
yes.
just
Yeah.
They
said
should have been
they
flopped.
didn't even name it the right way.
But like
They
I
named this
like
Batman and Robin and introduced Batgirl. What in the heck are we talking about?
I like the concept.
What you like
of-
something? Watch it.
Well, no, the concept.
Watch it. Turn him off. Thank you.
I'm
There's
sorry, Greg.
nothing good,
You've done
Greg.
this to yourself.
You walked yourself down this road. No! There's nothing.
Not one thing.
Dated Bane beyond dirty.
Well,
Put him back on.
Bane,
Put him
That
back
was
on.
dumb. Nope.
Bane was Bane.
Faked him out.
Bane was nope.
Bane was wrong. Bane was completely wrong because it wasn't even
Yeah.
his origin story. He was literally a plant-based
He
Bane.
was a plan.
He was a vegan Bane.
Oh, it's so bad.
But what I was saying was I like the idea of Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze teaming up. Like I thought that's a cool because they don't go well together because he kills all things and she grows all things. So I thought that was like a neat that was risky. But then once the movie came out, it was
What?
like trash.
You
Well-
think the concept of teaming those two up together was cool?
Yeah, I didn't see any problem with that. I thought they were.
You just
cool
described
balance.
the problem with it.
Well-
you just described the problem with it. You said,
But that's what I
the
mean,
cool
like having them
kills-
both in the same movie, like trying to work around that problem and
What?
trying
No,
to
that's
figure out
the
a reason.
problem. That's the problem.
No, it's not.
It's
They
didn't
another
even play into
problem.
that.
No,
There was no.
right.
There was
If
no
they played
plan.
into
But if
it-
they played into it, it'd be
No.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
If they
But
played
that-
into what? There's
That's
nothing to
what
play
I'm-
into.
But that's what I'm saying is that like I like the idea of the two of them being in the movie together. I don't like anything that happened in the movie. Like that. So I was trying to find something somewhat positive.
so Greg
we're not
liked
trying
the
to do that,
initial
man.
idea
I
of the
was.
movie.
yes, and then I saw the movie.
No
and
one-
I-
So they're
it
like,
was
so
trash.
we should have a movie with Batman. Okay.
Greg,
Yeah,
Greg
with
has
Poison
proven,
Ivy. All right.
Greg
And
has
who else?
proven
Uh,
on two.
Mr. Freeze. Okay, that's pretty good. But I want Mr. Freeze to play Arnold.
Exactly. See, here's the deal. I would love
That's
in the current Batman world, right?
Okay.
Like today's day,
Today's day.
I would love to see a Mr. Freeze movie.
I don't think Mr. Freeze will ever come
100%.
back.
I would.
I
I,
don't
think-
I don't
It's
know.
gonna be hard.
Stinks.
He's a campy character.
No.
But he's not
I
anywhere
know, it's
except
so-
there. Like you look at Batman the Animated Series.
No.
Batman
Think
the
of.
Animated Series
Think
is
of.
incredible.
Yo, he is
He's
phenomenal.
incredible.
in
I know
Arkham.
he is.
In
In
Arkham?
Arkham.
He's so
I
cool.
know, but
We
You
had the
play
ability.
that Arkham. You play that Freeze.
All right, let's talk about this movie and why it's bad because that's why.
all
the
right,
people
we're just
are
finishing
here.
off with my
Yeah,
question.
That's why
We're
the
done
people
here.
are
Yeah,
here.
we're done here.
We're
not-
20 minutes into this. This is
isn't
20
too
minutes
much
too
time.
long.
It
Your
should have been
question was,
3
what was the
seconds.
worst?
What
part
was
of the
your
movie?
favorite worst part of it?
Worst part of the movie.
Okay.
You want to go last again, Logan?
Yeah. Come back
'Cause
to
I
me.
got-
There's
I
too
got
many.
one. I
There's
got
too-
one.
okay,
Go ahead,
If you're
sure.
ready,
My
jump in.
favorite worst part of the movie was the entire ice hockey battle at the beginning of the movie where
Very
there's
It's
a
a
nice.
solid choice.
Where-
It's a
choice.
solid,
where they literally
solid choice.
They had the ability to make ice skates on the bottom of their. They had them in their boots already. They popped out.
They were
like, They
ready.
were ready for
Yeah.
that.
They were
It's
ready
very
for
reminiscent
this.
of the shark repellent. You know.
Yep.
And they're going through, and it's like they're just playing hockey at this point. Like you just take the freaking diamond.
Yeah.
Also, diamonds aren't ice. Like he mentions that they're ice.
According to T-Pain, they are. So I don't know what you're talking
I don't
about.
know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So they fight all the way through that, and then it
I'm sorry. Are you
ends-
disrespecting T-Pain?
I'm disrespecting Arnold trying to power his ice suit with diamonds.
Whatever,
T-Pain's
dude.
gonna take you to church.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
You know,
fine.
you got
You
to
gonna learn today.
learn today. That is ice, baby.
I'm going to church tomorrow.
Okay. Anyway,
I'll
I'm gonna
meet
go
him
now.
there.
You know, there's a song.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. I'll meet him there though.
Okay, check it. And
Anyway,
check it.
so the ice
That's
hockey
a
battle.
solid
The ice.
start.
No, wait. Let me finish. The ice hockey
Go ahead.
battle, and then it culminates in them going up in a rocket.
Nope.
Okay,
You
I
finished
can't-
that
okay.
ice rocket.
All right,
Ice,
all right.
Ice.
You finish it. Ice.
Regardless,
don't
though-
go any further.
Because
That scene
mine is the
ended.
next part.
Go ahead, Harry.
That
Go
scene-
ahead,
well,
Harry.
That scene ended. My wife had never seen it before, and that scene ended, and she just looked at me and she said, "This is the worst movie that's ever been made." And she never
She's
says
not wrong.
anything about
She's
movies
not
like that.
wrong.
But she was like, "What is?" I
She
have
she
so many
reserves an
questions.
opinion many times and
Yes.
just like kind of
So
it's
yeah.
got to be real bad.
Immediately after
Yeah,
that,
go ahead. Go
Yes.
ahead.
they go into
Yes.
space on a rocket.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so not only was
I want to be in I got to be in a room when somebody's running through these storyboards. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, let me finish.
So
What
not
happened
only-
then? What happened
Okay,
then?
so they're up in a
how would
rocket.
you keep a straight face if
I
somebody
don't
was
know.
presenting this
I
to
don't
you?
know, dude.
I would lose my
Because you
mind.
had a budget of 125
This is the way
million
that
dollars,
I would
you're
speak
making
this
bank.
exact
Just-
same
just-
way.
just-
Go ahead.
Just
Well,
remember
happens?
that Arnold
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger made a fifth of that budget.
Of the budget.
Just put that in perspective. Anyway,
So So what happened in the scene? This was
So the rocket
terrible.
goes up to space, and if I remember correctly, Robin's hanging on the outside of the rocket, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Batman's on the inside.
Batman and Mr. Freeze go up, but Robin like attaches himself to it
Right.
before they take off, and he's out there.
The only thing that Robin has is that he's just struggling. He's just out there struggling.
But
He's
working.
But
He's working.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure isn't Batman's like suffocating at that point or something like that?
No, he's attached. He's frozen.
But
to
he's
the
like
side of
he's
it,
like
but
freezing,
struggling.
right?
Yeah.
He's like starting,
Yes.
but
Yes.
Robin's fine on
Yeah.
the outside,
Yeah.
the colder area. Some would say, where like ice legitimately forms on the outside of rockets.
That's not even the worst part. How does this scene end? That's not even
So
the worst
then-
part.
Keep it going.
Like
Not only does the whole
Let
sequence
him
of
do
everything
it.
happen
Let
on
him
the
do it.
inside of the rocket, they surf down to the surface through the atmosphere on the doors. It's not possible.
Well, no. What's even worse is that they never nothing slows them down.
No,
They go
Oh.
to
They
the
don't
side
burn
of a
up.
building. They go to the side
they
of a
don't
building.
freeze. They don't suffocate. They just surf on down.
Mr. Freeze at least had wings. He had like robot wings
It hurts.
that they tore off.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All
It was actually right after that ended that my wife was like, "This is the worst movie ever," because it's just
It can't. Get
right.
so absurd, man.
I've got two.
I also love that that ended with him freezing Robin and
Yeah.
being like, "You got like 6 minutes," and then
Yeah.
there's just a boiling water there.
Yeah.
He heats up with his laser and throws Robin in, and Robin's okay.
Yep, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
You always use
Like he slides him into
You always use it to
into the
heat
wa-
up an old woman's porridge.
So bad.
What was yours, Logan?
All right.
So bad.
So these are going to be quick hits. My number
Wait, you
one.
just have one.
I know, but
Nah,
I'm
it's
doing
all right.
two quick ones.
Who
Quick
cares?
hits.
The
Who
whole
cares?
movie's
It's all-
bad.
The whole
Yeah, I
thing.
was gonna say, it is
You
the
could do
whole
any-
movie.
The whole movie would be my answer. No, I'm just,
Number one.
Number one is, and now it just propelled it, is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is my
You're welcome.
favorite worst part of this movie.
Yeah,
now,
he was great.
because he made a fifth of the budget.
I want to see how much Arnold Schwarzenegger made for Predator.
Of the budget.
His makeup was incredible.
1/5
Yeah.
of the entire budget went to Arnold.
Yeah.
And every single line that man spoke
Yes.
was a one-line zinger. It was ridiculously, horribly phenomenal.
And most of them were ice puns.
All of them were ice
Not
puns.
quite. I actually clocked. I wanted to see if it was literally every sentence. of
It's
that.
not. It's not.
every.
I'm over-exaggerating, but it's real close, man.
It's really close.
Everybody chill. It's ridiculous. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so that's my number one. I mean, think about it. Can we hold on?
Take a breath.
What is this technology? First off, that the ice is being powered by diamonds?
Well,
What is the
diamonds are forever.
technology?
So.
according to him, the diamonds were ice. They were
But-
like the most.
but they're
condensed-
not.
I know. That's what I said.
But
It doesn't. But
So
it
there's
doesn't
that.
matter.
the scene where Arnold is directing the choir of his own minions and trying to get them
I'm
to
Mr.
sing on key while they're shivering and frozen, and then he yells at them about it.
Yes.
It is his punnage and his just everything is absolutely the worst, best thing that I have ever seen.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
his suit is
it didn't look good.
insanity.
It didn't look good for Mr. Freeze, but it was kind of cool looking, like all the different like bits to it.
Everything was, it looked like somebody went and they just walked around their home and looked for every metal thing they had and just
stuck
like
it to him.
put it on a suit, and they're like,
Here's
Mr.
a-
Freeze.
Here's a collection of some of his best.
Yeah, hit me
ice
with some
puns.
of his ice puns.
This is from Game Rant. So
Wonderful
What
Game
killed
Rant,
the
thank you.
dinosaurs? The Ice Age. Like that's not even funny.
Keep it. That's just a fact.
Tonight's
That's just a fact.
forecast: a freeze is coming.
Yep.
Again,
Yep.
just a fact. Let's kick some ice.
That's not Arnold though saying that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's not Arnold.
That's Batman saying that.
That's Batman
That's
and
right.
Robin.
All right.
No,
Even
that's not
worse.
Arnold.
He just says he's making a cool party.
This is Harry, this is absolutely my favorite part. Absolutely.
hell, Batman.
This is my favorite.
literally
This is
impossible.
my favorite. All of these lines existed and were paid to a man who made $25 million to say these lines. $25 million to say this.
Allow me to break the ice.
Oh. Even as a dad who loves dad jokes, this is almost too much.
You're not sending me to the cooler.
Yep, yeah, we are. We are.
The Iceman cometh.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
There's your everyone chill.
Yeah, love it. Tonight.
My condition has led me cold to your pleas of mercy.
Oh my gosh. You've got a pretty good Arnold voice.
Thanks. Always winterize your pipes.
This is 14. This is 15.
I don't know what that
doesn't
one is.
apply.
It doesn't
I
make
don't even
sense.
think so.
What was he saying when he said
Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice. Oh, man.
This is a joke.
I was trying to find
This
out
is a
how
joke. I can't.
many.
You,
Oh, there it is. There are 27 ice puns.
20.
27 ice
Seven.
puns within the
20.
Batman and Robin movie.
Do you understand that man made roughly $750,000 per pun
yeah.
in this
I was
movie?
going to say almost $1 million a pun.
Almost $1 million a pun. Almost $1 million. This is the greatest and highest paid dad
What was your-
joke line after line after
What
line.
was your second one? You said you had a couple. What was your
my
other one?
second
What
is
was your second one?
you already touched on it a little bit, but it's all of the stupid Batman gadgets. All of
yeah.
the terrible.
Like, none of the good ones.
No good
Excuse me.
gadgets.
None of the good ones.
None of the
Yeah,
good ones.
no good gadgets. We got ice skates that popped out.
Pretty cool.
We got a bat card,
Back credit card. Yeah.
bat credit card.
Never leave the cave without it.
Never leave the cave without it. And then we got bat nipples.
They
Like
did.
what?
They also
You
have
got a
the
laser, dude.
the laser beam that
Who
heats up
went
water.
and chose the gadgets?
Yeah,
Like
he had a few
Batman
more.
is known for his gadgets, and they
Yeah.
must have literally gone to the comics and
He
they
had a
were like,
grapple gun.
"What are the worst gadgets that we could
I
get?"
don't think he
give
has,
this man.
Does he have bat ice skates in the comics? I don't think so.
No.
He had a grapple. He had a grapple.
They
hook in
made
this one.
it up specifically for this. For
You-
they made
you
up
know
the
what?
bat the freaking bat card.
You know what the
for
worst
this.
is? You know what the worst is?
What?
Batgirl is Alfred's niece or Alfred's
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
No relation, but her name. They kept her name Barbara
Yeah, Barbara,
But
but it's
no
not even
relation.
relation to Gordon.
to Gordon.
No, none.
Poor Patty. Man.
I'm
Got the
so-
short end of the stick.
so here's what I do here. This is I
Oh, yeah,
wash
I'm
my
with you.
hands of
I'm
this.
with you.
I
Let's
wash
get rid
my
of it.
hands of it. I
Get rid of
can't
all the dirt,
I
all the
cannot
grime.
I cannot as a Batman
Yeah, I
fan
just
enthusiast,
shower after the movie.
it just straight up lover of all thing Batman.
Yeah.
Not this. Not this.
No.
Not today, Satan. Not today. Get behind me. You will not get me on this. Hell did not freeze over. I am not accepting this.
Get behind me, George.
Mm-hmm. Victor Freeze
Yeah, he's
is
a
a
strong
genius.
scientist.
He's a scrawny
Yeah.
scientist.
Wears a
He's
cool
a
suit.
genius.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they went and they got Arnold
You
Schwarzenegger.
forgot about your part
Well-
that you mentioned a couple days ago, though.
That Nora's
too much
North
Nora's
and water, not ice.
She's supposed to be frozen, and
Which
she's
is like the
living
whole
in water.
concept of why he
Yeah.
does what he does and,
And
is
why-
what he is.
and why he got so cold.
Right.
He got so cold because
Yeah,
when he was
she's dead.
experimenting.
She
with-
dead.
She
She's
She
dead.
dead
for
now,
a while.
especially.
He drowned her.
Yeah, she's just
Yeah.
Like I
That
mean,
is
she
floating
he
in
didn't-
water.
He killed her. Like
Yeah.
he's all upset. Victor Freeze is all upset about this disease that is like attacking his wife. And
yeah.
in this movie, Victor Freeze just killed his
Straight
wife
up
Now,
killed
you
his
know
wife.
what?
and put her in water.
During the
like he drowned
experimentation,
her.
during the experimentation, you figured out how to get humans to have gills. So
That makes
she was
sense.
fine at that point.
So she's
still the disease, but she could breathe
Yeah.
water.
he was trying to turn her into Mira.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So this was going to be an Aquaman crossover. Got it.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
Introduction to
Yeah,
Atlantis.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, now I
Hey,
get
Arnold
now.
Schwarzenegger.
Now I get the
Could
Joel
you see-
Schumacher universe.
Could you see
DC
Arnold as
universe
Aquaman?
that they were trying to create? Why didn't they?
They
You
should
know what?
cast Arnold as
DC
Aquaman.
should have given the keys
Yeah,
to
not-
the DC
not
universe
Jason
over
Momoa.
to no, to Joel Schumacher. He should have been
Oh.
our Kevin Feige.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I don't think so. That'd be terrible.
That's
so-
that's
the
the
worst.
least serious I've been about any. You
You
know
looked
I'm
real
joking.
You
You
looked
know I'm
serious.
joking. You
thought
know
maybe
that
you-
I am joking. That was
thought
the
maybe
most
you were serious.
sarcastic
we're so excited to see the Batman.
I'm done.
The Batman our episode will come out this Wednesday on the 9th.
Away from the wires.
We are really excited to watch it. We are really excited to see if it's good. And we will be back to you on the 9th.